What's up, guys? It's Mion. I am back with another video. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but I figured it was high time we get back to the Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle rescoring series. And continuing in chronological order, it is time to talk about Monster Jam World Finals 14. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on future videos and streams. Trying to get to 950 subscribers soon, if not by the end of the year. I would appreciate it. And make sure to check out the playlist link down below so you can catch up on all the previous videos in the series. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this. So, World Finals 14 in 2013. Mind you, the first World Finals was in 2000, so that's kind of why it's off by a year. But anyway, coming out of this event, Tom Mitz in Max D won his record 11th World Finals title when he took home the freestyle victory. Nobody has eclipsed his record, and he's since added to it. But the crazy thing is that it took him 6 years from World Finals 14 in 2013 to World Finals 20 in 2019 before he finally won another World Finals title. And it was the two wheel skills title because that year was the year that Monster Jam added events to World Finals weekend for more world titles. It's kind of complicated. I don't I don't want to say that I don't count these events like the high jump, two wheel skills, etc., you know, as actual World Finals titles because that's devaluing them and devaluing the work that the drivers did to earn them. But the main World Finals titles for me will always be racing and freestyle, and that's what you should be. That is exactly what you should be striving for. But yeah, for Mids, he finally won another World Finals title in 2019 with two wheel skills, and then the World Finals didn't happen for 2 years because fucking COVID. And then 2022 World Finals 21, he not only defends his two wheel skills title and wins again, but he also brought home the freestyle title again. That is 8 years later, 8 years from his previous one, he finally wins another freestyle title and by the record book has 14 World Finals titles to his name. And with 2024 being his last year of full-time competition, the hope is that he can at least add one more when we go back to World Finals next year. However, as you have seen in this series, there have been some titles on the freestyle side specifically. I'm not taking anything away on the racing side, but on the freestyle side, where, in my opinion, somebody else did it better that year, and it just so happened to take away from it. Yeah, this is another one of those years. I hate doing it, but it is what it is, man. And the crazy thing is, it's Hot Wheels. Again. It's World Finals 5 all over again. Like, if you go back and watch that video, I said Neil Elliott and Hot Wheels got fucking screwed by the judges that year. He should have won. I had him win. And this year, though I would honestly say it's closer in this year than it was then. Once again, it's a Hot Wheels truck. This time, Team Hot Wheels Firestorm, and this time the driver being Scott Buteau, who got screwed. And it's crazy to think about because one of the biggest things I think people know Scott for is every year at World Finals for a few years, he kept trying to do more and more backflips. Um there's the one year where he did 3 of them and then had that interview afterward where they showed part of it on the broadcast where he said, it's not the same hit over and over. It's, and all this other stuff. And, we'll talk more about it when we get to that particular World Finals. But my whole opinion about it is, dude, you did three backflips in a run that otherwise was mid as hell. What the fuck? And that's going to be a point that's going to come up when we get to when Lee O'Donnell won World Finals Freestyle. But again, we'll save that for later. But with all of that being said, I already said it, so I might as well do the thing now. And new World Finals 14 Freestyle Champion, Team Hot Wheels Firestorm, Scott Buteau. So, why is that the case? Well, here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. Maxi had a great run. The crazy thing for him also is he didn't come out in like the back three or something like that. He had like I think about 8 to 10 trucks come after him when he did his run, and he got really good air to open the run. Um, really good air across the board. Couple of saves, a bunch of combos. Um, but at one point he flattens the right front tire, which any Monster Jam driver would tell you. You flatten the tire, it hurts your run, no matter what the fuck you do. Um, he got a really good donut, which he's very well known for. Um, really good air off this backside of the center jump, landed off to the right, continues into bonus time, launching over to our V truck. Back end clips it, and he lands hard on the left side, blows out the front tire, goes into a backflip attempt, and rolls over halfway into bonus time. So, yeah, that's kind of where it goes, is he went over halfway through bonus time. If, and I've said this before about other drivers and other runs, if Tom Mintz, hell, I've said this about Tom a couple of times in previous videos, not even gonna lie to you, if Tom doesn't go over halfway through freestyle, or sorry, halfway through his bonus time, if he completes bonus time, he probably wins. That's the crazy part. He probably wins if he doesn't go over early. And the thing with Scott, he went, he obviously went earlier. He gets great air off the first hit, good air into a good combo, then really good air off the backside of the backflip ramp. Couple more really good air hits. Good or great air, basically, across the board. It's very similar in a way to what Neil did at World Finals 5, where it's just a run of non-stop good, really good, or great air hits. It's just that, Scott has a bigger course and more, and I believe more time to work with, and more obstacles too, and bonus time. But again, just good air, really good air, good air, really good air, great air across the fucking board. Um, and he gets some combos, opens bonus, and then he opens bonus time with a perfect, and I mean perfect backflip. Um, good next hit into a good combo, and then he gets one, really good final hit. Um, and the scoring's close. Like him and Mintz, in my opinion, scored the same in regulation. It's just that Buto got that one extra point in bonus. He got a 3 to go with a 32 in regulation, while Mintz got a 2 to go with a 32 in regulation. Again, if Mintz does not go over halfway through bonus time, very well could make the argument that whatever the fuck he does thereafter, if he could have kept going and whatever, at minimum, he probably ties Buto with the same bonus time score, and then you go into tiebreakers and shit. Best case scenario, he wins outright with a better bonus time score, depending on what he does. Because we all know Tom Mintz, he does crazy shit. So, he would have done it. But it's just crazy how that works for him. And it's, in my opinion, it's just hilarious that a Hot Wheels driver gets screwed over in two different World Finals, because Buto's original score was a 25 and he finished 7th. Now, granted, the scores above him, IRL, were 34 for Mintz, 30, 28, 27, 27, 27. And he also tied for 7th with Metal Militia and Gravedigger the Legend, who both also scored 25s. But again, man, that run deserved a better score than what it got. And I think it's justified, because Buto put on a hell of a show. I mean, and that's the thing that gets me, especially with the fan judging now, is you don't really get rewarded well enough anymore for consistency, for doing, for hitting literally everything, and and making all these great air hits and all that. So don't get me wrong, the backflips are fun, the wild crazy shit is fun, all this other stuff. but sometimes consistency is key and consistency wins. And I mean, this is the argument that gets brought up in NASCAR all the time with the playoffs is that consistency has gone away. Well, that's, I feel like, is something that's gone away in terms of scoring in Monster Jam. It's been that way every now and again with regular judges. It gets that way with the fan judges because the fan judges honestly go off bias, but that's another discussion for another day. And I think in the end, again, you can make the argument that Max Z probably could have a better regulation score, to be all things considered. I'll hear you out on that one. But for me, I think Scott Buteau did just enough better than Tom Mintz to win freestyle at World Finals 14. And don't get me wrong, there's a bunch of other great runs. I mean, with him jumping up from seventh to first, the thing is, the next three, well, actually no, Superman drops a little bit, and Stone Crusher moves up, Luke Crusader moves up a little bit, and some others move around. But it's still a great year for freestyle World Finals. Of course, it's coming off of the barn burner that Northern Nightmare and Cam McQueen pulled off the year prior, which is crazy how one of the better World Finals often tends to get followed up by one that's more kind of mid. But I don't think this is mid necessarily. It's just that it was really good, um, but kind of pales in comparison to the year prior. But again, I think Buto should have won. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. Would love to hear you out. Um, and again, this is all subjective. This is all for fun. I'm not here to bash nobody. It's all for fun. But like I said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on future videos and streams. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.